Good Monday morning. This is the fruit of a hungry deer. This is the fruit of Georgia sun. And this is the fruit of another dead dream. So this morning we're going to talk about what happens when you don't heed words of wisdom. And you kind of want your own will in your own way. When we built our home, I had two really distinct, I developed more, but when we originally started, I had two really distinct visions. One, I wanted blue hydrangea to flank the front of the house. I didn't know at that time that Georgia clay doesn't produce blue hydrangea. Because I wanted, the house kind of has that Nantucket feel, and Nantucket is just laced with blue hydrangeas in front of the houses, and they're just gorgeous with little white picket fences and all that beautiful stuff. And so I just had this picture in my mind, and the willow that I showed you last week was the other thing that I knew exactly where it was going to go because it would just be perfect by the water. When I told the landscape guy that I wanted blue hydrangea, he said, ma'am, he said, deer love hydrangea. And I'm like, dude, we're in the furthest back place back here. How in the world are deer going to come back here? That's so silly. He knew that if deer get hungry enough, they're gonna find a place to eat, and they love the soft leaves and flowers of hydrangea. So we did just about everything we knew to protect them. You name it, we did it. There are a few things I won't even tell you that we did, but we did them anyway. And this season, after 3 years of growth, they were beautiful. And one night I came out, this was even after I had shaved Irish Spring all through the beds, and they had destroyed them. Nothing but a bunch of sticks left. And so as I've pondered this process of having to let go of what I thought it could look like, it wasn't that things beautiful can't grow here. They can. Camellias grow, gardenias grow, beautiful things grow here. But I wanted blue hydrangea. And in wanting what I wanted, I pushed past what really wise counsel offered. And so here I am after 3 years of having pink, purple, and blue hydrangea, having to say goodbye. It's kind of harder to say goodbye than if I had never planted them in the first place and just listened to what the landscaper had advised. And I realized that we do that a lot in life. You know, we get wise counsel in seasons of life. And you know, scripture tells us that. It says there's wisdom in a multitude of counsel. And so we get wise counsel about certain things, and we still will push past that into our own way. And then we're 3 years down the road surveying the damage. And we're realizing maybe I should have heeded what was offered me. There's been a lot of painful things that have happened over the course of the last couple weeks, and it's had me evaluating my life and any hidden place that I need to pay attention to, like pride or stubbornness, which is pride. not only letting go of the hydrangeas in the natural, but is there anything in the spiritual that I may need to pay attention to as well, to make sure that I don't get 3 more years down the road and because I was stubborn or hard-headed or prideful, I'm looking at more dead things. So I'm going to call him back. I'm going to humble myself, because I guarantee you I know him well enough to know there will be an I told you so. Good friends won't do that. But bossy landscapers will. But I'm going to say, okay, let's regroup. We can't go on this way. And let's figure out a plan together. So I don't know what you may be holding on really tight to, because you want it to look a certain way, think it's supposed to look a certain way, and you're pushing past really wise counsel. But I just encourage you, just do some heart soil digging, if you will, and figure out what that's really about. Because you don't want to be a few more years down the road with decimated hydrangea. Sometimes you're learning things the hard way. Don't always have to, but sometimes we do.